To some other news this evening, just who is fit to be foster parents in Arkansas? Several dozen people spent the morning debating that issue at a DHS hearing this morning. But this is totally separate from the bailout initiative that calls for a ban on unmarried couples who live together from fostering and adopting. KARK4's Courtney Collins was at the hearing this morning. Courtney, what happened in there?
Well, Bob, people spoke about whether unmarried cohabitating couples should be able to serve as foster parents. DHS already has a ban on this, but more than a dozen speakers today say that should not be official state policy. Some speeches were emotional.
I grew up in a very abusive environment.
Others full of statistics and figures, but every single person who spoke at Thursday's DHS hearing stepped up to the podium with child welfare in mind. 19 people spoke out against a policy that bans unmarried cohabitating couples from becoming foster parents. Doctors, leaders in the gay community, members of the clergy, and formal social worker and foster child Barbara Miles.
Some of the families that I grew up in, where I got the most love, the most care, the most stable support, were not in a mother-father married family.
In 5 years, she lived in 9 different foster and group homes and says she knows firsthand that a traditional family is not the only kind of family.
There are not enough available foster families out there for the amount and number of foster children. If there are loving, stable, caring families out there, they need to be accessed.
But the two speakers on the other side of the issue say cohabitation is not stable when compared to marriage.
I think in cohabiting homes, that's the living situation that you find most, is you find a biological mom who has boyfriends that are in and out.
The argument there is two people who simply live together don't have the level of commitment to take care of children. And while Thomas admits there are exceptions to every rule, he thinks it's essential to keep this rule firmly in place.
I'm going to say there's probably exceptions to every guideline that DHS has, but I certainly wouldn't advocate taking them all out.
Now, public comment on this issue will still be accepted until October the 28th, so DHS probably won't make a decision until at least then. If DHS decides to allow unmarried cohabitating couples to foster, another hearing will be held. In the newsroom, Courtney Collins, KARK 4 News.